Okay, let's give you guys a grade 10 exam question. So a line y equals 2x plus 5 intersects the curve, this curve here, at points A and B. So what this means is y equals 2x plus 5, intercept of 5, gradient of 2. So it's going to look something like this. And this curve, we have no idea what this curve looks like. So I'm just going to make this up. I'm just going to make it up. Let's just say curve looks something like this, and then it intersects points A and B. So this is A and this is B. This is B, and then find the coordinates of the point where the perpendicular bisector. So perpendicular bisector. So if you look at this line here, from here to here, you've got to cut it exactly in half. So we don't know where it is. You've got to cut it in half and at 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees, and so on. And then you want to know where it intersects with the line y equals x. So y equals x looks something like this. So really you want to know the coordinates right here. Okay, so press pause and think about it. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this, let's try and understand what this looks like. We have no idea what this looks like. So, hang on. We have no idea. We have no idea what this looks like. So let's make y the subject. So let's factorize out y. So that becomes this, and then divide both sides by 1 plus x. 1 plus x is the same as x plus 1. So what does this look like? Well, this is like me saying sketch this 1 over x. So it will look something like this. And then when I make this transformation, it will become 5 over x, which will be steeper. Something like this. And then I would apply this transformation x plus 1. So this moves everything to the left by 1. So overall your graph will look something like this. It will look something like this. It will look something like this because you moved it across by 1. Well, just have an understanding of what this graph will look like roughly. It will look roughly like this. And now we've got to find the intersection of the two. So if you want to know where the two lines intersect, so we've got y equals 2x plus 5. That's this straight line here. We want to find out the intersection of the two. So this is our points A and B. So we want to find the intersection of the two. So set this to be the same as this. Because at these 2 points, the two y values will be the same. So set this to be the same as this. So that would take us to here. And then now it's just a matter of solving this. So times both sides by x plus 1. So that will then give us this thing here, equals 5. Multiply this out. That will then give you this. The two 5's cancel each other out. Merge these two together. That will give you 7x. So now it's just a matter of solving this. You don't have a constant, so it's easy to solve. You don't have you don't have a constant like, I don't know, like 3. You don't have this constant, so it should be easy to solve. So just factor out the x. That will then give you one block multiplying with another block. So that means x must equal 0, and x equals negative 7 over 2. So what that means is this. What that means is the points A and B, the intersection of the two, will be when x equals 0. When x equals 0. So when x equals 0, you know the two lines will intersect right there. If you want to know how high up it is, then you put it into the equation here. So 2 times 0, add 5. That will then jump to 5. And the two lines will intersect at negative 7 over 2. So negative 7 over 2 is right here. Negative 7 over 2. If you want to see how far down it is, then you put it into the equation here. You put this into this equation here. That will then jump to negative 2. that will then jump to -2. So the coordinates for the intersection point A is given by this. The other point B, the coordinates will be 0, 5. And then if you want to find, now we need to find the mid, because it's perpendicular bisector. So this distance, well, you have to get this distance, cut it in half, and then we've got to come up with the equation where it's 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, and so on. So we've got this point and we've got this point. So if you want to find the midpoint of these 2 points A and B, then get this distance, cut it in half, and then get this distance, cut it in half, not to scale. All right. So to get the midpoint, get this plus this, and then divide it by 2. That will then give us this thing here, and then get this plus this, and then divide it by 2. That will then give us this bit here. So our midpoint is somewhere around here. Remember, it's badly drawn, so it's not to scale. Now we need to come up with the equation for this line here. So this line here is a straight line, so it would be given by mx plus c. We know that it crosses this point here, which is given by this. Well, if you want something that's perpendicular, to this line, well, it's always going to be the negative reciprocal of this thing here. So the gradient of this line here is always the negative reciprocal of this. So the reciprocal of 2 is 1 over 2, and it's going downhill, so it's going to be negative. So the gradient of this line we know is negative 1 over 2. So we can put that into this m here. That will then give us this thing here, and we know that it passes through this point here. So this is our y value here, so we can put it into here. So that will then give us this, and then this is our x value here, so we can put this into here. That will then give us this thing here. So the equation of this line here is given by this. So now it's just a matter of tidying this up. So let's just tidy this up. Times everything by 2, that will then give you this, and then times everything by 4, that will then give you this thing here. Add 12, that will then give you this, and then divided by 8, so that will then give you this. So our equation for that line is given by this. So far we now know that the equation for this line is given by this, and we want to find the intersection of this line and the y equals x line. That's this line here. So if you want to find the intersection of the two, remember our graph is badly drawn. It's not to scale. So we now want to find the intersection right here. So if you want to find out the intersection, set this to be the same as this. So this thing here would be this, and this thing here would be this. So find a value of x where the two would be the same. So now times everything here by 8. That will then give us this, and then add 4, and then x must equals this. Remember, y equals x. So if the x value equals this, then the y value will also be the same. So the point of intersection will be given by 5 over 12, comma 5 over 12. If you well, you don't have a graphical you don't have access to decimals in an exam, so this drawn to scale, it will look like this. So the point of intersection here is, what was it? 5 over 12. So the point of intersection here is 5 over 12, comma 5 over 12. So this is your answer. Okay, and yeah, that's your answer.